Na yada so a ewo election petition no emu enrada na Johnson Asiedu Nketia efiala no kra na omo hyase na eye NPP womo eloya wono ejina muma omampani Akufu Ado wono ebusa Johnson Asiedu Nketia wono ye first witness edema petition anese ne witness yi enkrata wode ba ye no pen drive bi ka ho na sa pen drive no onimade e wo so ana Asiedu si odabi pen drive no kwa de we ni bre di kan kra wo hunu sa pen drive no na eso asem no onimade pote kra bo a e wo so enti omo eye no a na o se okeni ye nyini ahwe ade e wo so na Supreme Court Agyei fo ne chese wo munya ne ma wo metime yi ho ntini ye ntu asem no nheda ye no adodai ene wo mutena asem no emuo ya wo mo ya do so Asiedu Nketia la kutampa na wo bisa Asiedu se afede wa hunu ensama wono ankasa keke kan ye ewo abatoɔ no yɛtuwie ye sɛ wo mo ade wo mpedikle wo bi so ye wina abatoɔ no emu Asiedu Nketia agye hinam so sɛ ensam no de dodo no a wono mo ne nkrɔfoɔ no ena keke kasa ensam no ede na emom sɛ bia na ono akyire bibi de da bi nya saa na tie san sɛ wo ya manyokuo bi mu nipa enti saa manyokuo no edi abatoɔ mu enkunim a ene wo simu wo mo na esen nti so ono no akeka ne mabom na wo hunu emra se bedwa akonya dodo nso a wo mo anya nse 141 ne ade no am no onim se John Dramani Mahama na edi emu enkunim enti ene AM drive so ebra ka che ofori ayim etena ase no na wo mo to nsa ede frɛ eye private legal practitioner Lawyer Agyei Baffour awia na wonne bonkomo se de akoso no nna ne ni fibra on sha ase no an witness no na ma ne bonni nkrobo a wo bo ne kwan so ano se wadi Asiedu Nketia ho ya papa no ne nsam anu ye na expose no kire se wono ankasa nsam a yetwe de bre no so won fa nkoya dansidie wo Supreme Court won kwa wo hwemu wonim de womti we no ama a expose no pa enya sem ketwa
Section 60 of our Evidence Act so ubi adansi a wudi no ya di a wa ankasa wuni nuasem e pa chote ase ya wa ankasa wuni nuasem fi se ugina ho ni siye ana se chese woni tuemu bi so ena asemi nyina ye den esiye so enti na asema obi awesa asewa no se be den beke anunti na senipa to witness box mu dan before at the witness box mu na se udi na dan oni na dan si ni a ya profwe be kan se court on discharge na court ro pon asem ko ani to ka chen se hwie na no lawyer fo anye den an ko din komo e ta so ti ase he say court ro pese asem na wo kan e ye wa ankasa wasem e ya asem obi ai den aka se wa no so enti ma me fa umra question a ubisa me no ma chechi me awie no enti sa wotna witness box mu so na wo ka se wo pen driver ye attach to one witness statement obi na attach ye wunnim hu asemo se wotna adansi adakem na wo ka se witness statement ye wa no asem wa no asem no ye ade a wunnim yi see na wo ba be bedan court abe support petitioner na o ka se sa witness pen drive na e ka ho no ni mo shi ni bi na de ka ho ma wo na wa nse na de na wo pa kire na wo pa kire se adanse no kura na wo die no uni ma danse no asem a wo ka no kura uni entiro imra bi da ka so kura you are not a competent witness.
Abusanti Lawyer Bako na Agyei Baffour wono ankasa edi ni dwuma se lawyer na wo kire mu ewo AM drive so bra ka che ofori ayim transe na o chese eba ni se ya na se wa ankasa asema ya de asoma wo nene wa no asem no kra no unim yewom ena akwa gino se ukudi eho adanse yanto afa na yanko mampani akati mampani Akufu Ado enam embra ena fetumi ye oman Ghana yede ahye ne nsa no so eye article 89 so etumi abom penfo bi di so bombra embeye omo a omo ebe council of state no na omo behwe na motu eye mampenefo afa anamu biere ena fedwuma biara oba beye no ehom na nipa mampeni ayi omo no womu enie na otuo srebo ya wotoso mienu eye dwabehene oka ho Archbishop Justice Ofei Akrofi eka ho Owura Sam Okujeto oka ho afe Owura Stanley Blankson Professor Ato Esuman Alhaji Aminu Amadu Dr. Margaret Amuakohene Mrs. Georgina Kusi Mrs. Alberta Kujo Koro Richard Babini Canton ya wotoso nsia enafe Alhaji Sule Yeremia womo enamampeni ayi womo somo embra embesom se eye council of state no enu ati no mampeni esanso enam article 89 no anso abo eye mame Georgina Todorawood kane Chief Justice so no so embra emekom home Sarah enamampeni asanso abo Lieutenant General JB Dankwa kane na oye Chief of Defense Staff edma Armed Forces no mampeni apa no aka home wasanso apa nana owusu insia kane na oye IGP wadanso apa no ed no aka so miame ka cancer no ho enye adwuma emfa emboa no opani ba ko ye okan bio ene ogi ahogho ya ojebi wono eye president edma National House of Chiefs no wono so mampani abunidi ede aka ho esan se oye ohene anunti ono nemra no eye article 89 clause 2b ena mampani gian so a wode efa no ni aka ne se mantem biara ebinya anamonsini a cancer no so na eno no e abato ena mudi yomo anunti da so du mienu abusumi yimu no ena sa abato no ebeba so omunya to aba no edi anamonsifo no efi mantem biam ebeka edi we a abo no pe na afi awie na council of state no yenya ombehya ase aye adwuma Owu Theatre Nka Prem Tobia Kasi abo 104.7 na eneno eye ebnada ntino wadwe nche no fafa 0577666610 COVID-19 yade ne Ghana active cases no ene ekwa na ekosoro 5515 active cases no ena no kwasi ade amampani na nado ne ekasa na 5000 something ise ehudi kwam edu 5515 ya recoveries no de kwa na ekuna nim 61843 enipa 424 ena ewuo ya chese yade we no nipa no dodo no a wanya yade ni bi ewo enkramantamu enei regions dunsia ni nyina amantam dunsia no nkra chese enipa no bi anyanya bi foforo no kra na we yensem a Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaje edeto ya animu a enei ejina na watwe bia nsanchofo nchiamu a womo eye ede eka ka ya dwenem ene kwan befa so aboye ho ban a yade no ebi enka yen.
After January 30th, we've recorded about 67,782 cases, and we've conducted 783,000 plus tests. And you can see the major surge in the number of tests that have been done, with a cumulative positivity of 8.7%. That is, for every 100 test samples we are taking, 8.7 of them will be positive. We have so far discharged about 91% of the pay, or this number, that's the 67, that's about 61,842. We have recorded 424 deaths, and still a case fatality rate of 0.63%, which is still far below the global average, but still very high from where we have come from. And we have a total active case as of this morning of 5,515. The majority of the cases, nearly 60%, are in Accra, followed by 16% in Ashanti and Western region, now accounting for 6.1%. All 16 regions still continue to have active cases, and 243 districts have ever reported a case, which means that there are still about 17 districts that have not reported a case in their district. Under this current presentation, 10 regions did not register any increase in the number of active cases. Contact tracing is extremely important as part of the response, and that is leading to the increase in number of tests. The epicenter is in Accra, and for Greater Accra, we have about 300 active active contact tracers, 330 active contact tracers. We have listed 10,000 of them. The new contact listed the day before was 344. We've done so far traced about 9,961 cases, and of them 421 are positive. That has brought the positivity among the contacts to 4.2. Remember the last time we were here, it was about 3.7.
Abusianti Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaje, Director General, Ghana Health Service. Wano enodin semwe etu yenim enedenti. He say every kwa nimu biem 5,515 any active cases yewo ewo memua 424 ahre wo monkwa.
Na Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaje to aso ema yenkuntabuo ewo suku ahodo no susu emu se dia covid no ekọ efa na nim no tu do se Greater Accra region hanom nko anu nkoda no be se 2020 ena yade no wo mu enya bi omasan so enya yade ni bi ewo Upper East region ena afi Upper West region enso so na ye ka say Ghana Education Service no etu anamon se nkoda na ka no obetumi abo omo eban wo si omo monya no yade Ghana Health Service no eye contact tracing ena afi isolation so enti omo wonya no de yakọ mo ahye bebi a yegusu ehwe omo ena ye contact tracing so ehu omo a omo no omo edi ehwemu na afi yatimi abo omo so omo eban sei ena wokan no.
As far as our current numbers are concerned, the proportion of children has still remained the same. I think under 5 is under 2% or so, still quite low. And the confirmation figure is 11 out of 200. It's 11 out of 200. That brings it down to about 5 or so percent, which is the same as we have when we look at 15 and below, quite much lower than that. So, and we do not have significant increases in, like we mentioned, for outbreaks in school. We mentioned the number, and we have a very, very, very active surveillance system that is quickly able to pick up any possible case and then quickly identify, including contact tracing. So that, for example, if we found somebody positive and a child is a contact, we automatically link up to the school and do our contact tracing and isolation if we need to. So those are the things that we are doing. So I don't think that there's any cause for alarm for our schools. When the numbers are changing, we will be there to let you know, and then the appropriate recommendations will be made.
Nipa yetini kasa Director General Emma Ghana Health Service Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaje.
Abusiana Sanchofo Shemuya Asieno ena Kojo Ponkroma Designate Minister for Information ena wakasa wa Asieno ochese Ghana for dumle bi ansam no mampani na nado kan bi anzara the brofo no America ne UK ho ntino wonhire mie nanum no ya no aka ne sinezi so nkofo nte asia papa yente na wo mo kekeka bia na wakase ene nsam no kan 21st address no eni nyina papa nya daje akire yemu na de na no kan ye no wo kire se enya se papa ne se wa ban ni funeral ze yeye eni parties ni awade o wo so o man ne ye na se ye celebration nipa dodo anse weddings ni de ye se ni ye na sondem asondem so yesi nipa wo ha ene nkwa sondem ho na mokọ abasafa ba akubia ntenten so no na obi atena ho yentetete ntem na nose mask no so yenhye onka se maye nwade wote ase entie bia wawade awie na reception awokoye ehwaye buburuja se di na mudi asa na mo femfa mo ho ne ade no eno be ma covid na do so na samo ya mo ade ne nipa wo ha ne se de ase ntena so ndem enye no de a eni obia anyhow entiba ne sa na so se aye nso nipa aduonum 25 enkwa private barrier na amanfo keka say aye nso papa nde tabuna to so ena awade nso de tabuna to so a na ye te se nsam no papa na eka ye no enkofo enye mu entiase ye.
A lot of the recent positive cases can be traced to social gatherings. Yeah. These are people who go to events, first of all, wearing their masks, their temperature is taken, sanitizer is used, and then at some point in the event, they will sit down for food and drinks and take off their masks and start chatting and engaging, and droplets will be flying from somebody's mouth onto somebody's, plate or whatever, and will be floating around. And before you realize, people are getting cross-infected. That is the reason for which social gatherings of that nature have been banned. So, for example, you notice that the president did not ban burial services, because the activity of burial, we actually encourage you go on, so that you don't have people's mortal remains, piling up in the morgues, etc. The activity of burial, so the burial service, the one where you take the body, most likely to a church, and a prayer is said before they will go and do the actual burial, that one is not banned. It is only limited to about 25 persons. The private burial or private burial service is not banned. What is banned is the funeral, where typically in the Ghanaian community, we will all gather, you see a long line, shaking of hands, announcement of people, then they'll call for a song, people will come and dance, then there's lunch or dinner, food and drinks, alcohol. There's a little party associated with it. That is what in Ghana typically we refer to as a funeral. That is what is banned, because it is that aspect that we notice that there's that high risk, and therefore people are being treated to similar activities that have caused spread. In the same way, when it comes to marriage, the president did not say that marriages are banned. The president didn't say that. What the president has said is that what we call in Ghana the wedding, the full-blown wedding where you have a big party with reception and people dancing and people eating, sitting at reception tables, etc. That is what has been banned. We've got a lot of requests about, so what if somebody is having a church service, a normal church service which is allowed, and they choose to bless their marriage there as part of the church service and go home? I'm not sure that has been banned. That has not been banned. The wedding, the full-blown wedding with its reception and all of this social activity associated with it is what has been banned.
Enti abusianfo kwajo opon kroma e na wo kire ensem ni mu e de e ma ye no se ade no nya te se awade e ne eyeye na papa no e de tabona to so nemom enkyiremu kakra wom wade no ye betimi aye se nipa oha no monkoye nemom si awie na nchiachia ne ye femfam ye ho e di asap to pagenje ni ade no ene na enwemu ache se e ma yade no etetre se de hepatitis